Oh, whoops, I don't have my mic on. Okay, guys, I have something really weird to share with you. And I want to thank Morley Stryker for posting this link. So you know what the video yesterday was talking about, the two Benjamins, and what Rabbi Kaduri had said about that. I came to a revelation this morning, and I don't know why I never saw it before. But I'm going to read you this article, and I'm going to read you some scriptures, and I want you to contemplate that for a minute. I want you to think about it. I'm not saying that's what this is, but boy, it sure looks like it. And it may be right in our face the whole time we never caught it. Netanyahu invites Gantz to meet Tuesday to form a unity government. Gantz demands to go first in rotation. I ran wars. I know how to run national crisis no less than him. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu invited blue and white leader Benny Gantz to meet on Tuesday and close a deal on a national unity government. Netanyahu said the gaps between them are small and can be overcome. This time is a test of leadership and national responsibility, Netanyahu wrote to Gantz on Facebook. The citizens of Israel need a unity government that will work to save lives and livelihoods. This is not the time for a fourth election. Gantz told a group of blue and white activists outside of Rosh Hayayim home, outside his Rosh Hayayim home, interesting word, interesting name, who came to press him to enter a unity government, that he must go first in a rotation in the prime minister's office. So they're talking about sharing the prime ministership. At the moment, the mandate is mine, he said. There is an expectation that I should come under Netanyahu, as if that is the only alternative. I ran wars. I know how to run national crises no less than him. In what could be seen as another overture from Likud to blue and white, the Knesset's agenda for Tuesday, released by Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein, includes the formation of 4 new Knesset committees, including a special committee on the coronavirus that blue and white asked for Tuesday morning. We urge Yuli Edelstein and other Likud lawmakers, do not delay the formation of a Knesset committee whose purpose is to help the country contend with the coronavirus. Blue and white said in a statement, we promised a functioning Knesset to help the country contend with the coronavirus crisis and the inevitable challenges we will face in its wake, and we followed through on that promise. Now, Likud is preventing the committee from forming. Today, more than ever, the people need their elected representatives to put their political considerations aside and go to work for them. The Likud and its satellite parties will continue to not participate in the proceedings of the Knesset and its committees on Tuesday, to protest blue and white's decision to form the committees without coordination from the Likud's bloc. The Knesset Arrangements Committee, led by blue and white factions chairman Avi Nissenkorn, approved the establishment of 6 interim committees late Monday night, with the support of blue and white in its bloc. Trampling traditions in the Knesset, there have been from the beginning. They gave themselves the chairman and the majority on every committee. A Likud spokesman said, the nationalist camp, 58 MKs, will not participate or give a hand to this anti-democratic behavior. We will continue to struggle against the bullying on behalf of the citizens of Israel. Paul Woodward actually just posted some stuff in, was it a video yesterday, I think, about a video he was led to do on the 18th. He posted on the 18th. And it talks about Israel being divided, a nation divided, and it's accurate. The Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee will be led by Lieutenant General M.K. Gabi Ashkenazi, blue and white. The Finance Committee will be led by M.K. Oded Foyer, Yisrael Betenu, the group. Those 2 committees do not require approval by the Knesset plenum. There will also be a special coronavirus committee led by M.K. Ofer Shela, blue and white. A committee to prepare the education system and special education for the next school year will be led by Meretz leader, Nitzan Horowitz. 2 special committees on reducing violence in the Arab sector and on labor and welfare will be led by joint list MKs. It is precisely during these difficult times that it is so important to have a functioning Knesset to maintain stability among the citizens and to preserve Israel democracy, which is in real danger, Nissenkorn said. The initiatives we are taking today will allow the Knesset to begin work again tomorrow, first and foremost by helping the country deal with the coronavirus crisis. The plenum will reconvene at 4 p.m. That's any time now, or may have already happened. So the reason why I'm reading you this, and the reason why I'm referencing back to the video I did yesterday, and it's just hit me all of a sudden this morning, and I didn't catch it before. The first beast, Revelation 13:1. Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard, his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth were like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. So we know who the dragon is, right? That's Antichrist. Watch. And I saw one of his heads that has been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshiped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So who's able to make war with him means he's a pretty tough dude. And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. That's an important verse. He who leads into captivity will go into captivity. We've covered this one. Now, here's the second beast. Now listen, these are 2 different beasts from the dragon. And we've done studies on the dragon and who he is, and we've actually seen that spring up in Israel, the 70-nation conference last year. The other one sounds like it's talking about different nations, a coalition of nations. Look at this beast, the second beast. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the beast, the image of the beast, to be killed. He causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. What I'm wondering here is if we're seeing, because we know these things are going to be run by individual men. Whatever this, if this is a coalition of nations that run by individual men, we know the 7 heads and 10 horns, and you see the description in the Bible. It describes what it is. It's describing a coalition of nations. And we actually see that already being born right now, with Israel being the head. I'm wondering if we're seeing the individuals that are going to run these shows on the world stage right now. Because the one beast is he's a warmonger. This beast, he's war. Who can make war with him? He's a head honcho as far as the War Department goes. Well, who's that in the government of Israel right now? Benny Gantz. The second beast talks about all these things. He gets all this authority, does all these things. Could we be looking at him sitting in office right now? I hate to say it. Could it be Netanyahu? It's possible. Now, a lot of people have said that this is the false prophet. Well, the false prophet's a separate individual listed in the Bible. Could this be Netanyahu? It's possible. And this Benny Gantz? It's possible. Because it even says in here, the dragon gives them their authority. So it's listing the dragon, the first beast, and the second beast as 3 different individuals. A trinity. And then you see what's going on right now. They're fighting for control. They're fighting for power. What would solve this? The Antichrist, the Mashiach, stepping up and saying, hey, here's what's going to happen, boys. You're going to do this and you're going to do this. You're going to run over this group of people and you're going to run over this group of people. I'm just spitballing here. Because what is the purpose of what's going on in Israel right now in their government? What is the purpose of that? Just to fulfill prophecy that Rabbi Kaduri said? No. None of this stuff happens by accident. This stuff was meant to fulfill prophecy. There's a reason why these two guys, these two Benjamins, are fighting for control over Israel right now. There's a reason why we see all the things happening around the world, and most of it is hinging off of, for some reason, off of this. What's going to happen here? There's a reason why this is the way it is. There's a reason why one of these Benjamins is 70 years old and one of these Benjamins is 80 years old. And then we go to Psalm 90:10 and see what it says. That's very striking. There's a reason why they're both named Benjamin. Could we literally be looking at the two beasts that the Antichrist will give power to, sitting about to take on the government of Israel and share the power right now? And then the Antichrist, all he has to do is come in and say, here's what's going to happen, y'all. You're going to stay in authority and you guys are going to do my will. Just spitballing here, guys, but when Morley posted that, I looked at the link and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And it instantly hit me. Before I even read the article, it hit me and I was like, well, that's kind of stands out. But then I went to read the scripture and I was like, you know what? It very well could be. You've got your warmonger right here. And then you've got your politician right here. The politician that pleasant face, speaks good, convinces people. Because what does he do? Right there. And how would he do that? Talk him into it? I don't know, guys. I'm just spitballing. Yeah, I'm probably wrong, but I'm just spitballing here. But when I see stuff like this, and then I go and I look at, what's going on in the key country that all this involves in is Israel. It's like, bingo. That looks kind of interesting. Because if you think about it, a world leader can't just step up and say, hey, I'm your guy and I'm going to run everything. He has to become established. Even whoever the guy's going to be that's going to be the Antichrist, when he comes up, has to get established first. He has to set up his government. He has to get everybody where they're going to go. They're going to realign the nations, all this stuff. That has to happen first. Well, why would he pick two individual random people that the people won't accept and put them in office as the two beasts that are going to serve him when he already has two people there that kind of fit the criteria? I don't know, guys. I'm glad we won't be here to see it, but I don't know. That stood out a lot, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Let me share this, because this may be something. You guys give me your opinion on this. Let me know what you think, because that really jumped out. It's like, we may be looking at both the beasts right now. And if that's the truth, that, again, it's more confirmation of what we already know, that what we're seeing happening and what we're seeing unfolding. Who knows? I guess the world will find out soon enough. All right, I just wanted to share that with you guys because, man, that really jumped out. And it actually kind of caused me to pause, kind of shocked me for a minute. Hey, before we go, let's read the commentary. The beast and his worshippers. The horns symbolize power, the heads, intelligence, and the beast, an earthly kingdom. The dragon must stand for Satan, who has wrought his greatest achievements through earthly potentates and systems. It is through the world power that the spleen and hatred of hell have been vented on the saints. What a comfort to know that a duration of such power is limited to 42 symbolic months. That is 1,260 days or years. If you are enduring hatred and persecution, be of good cheer. Your name is written in the Lamb's book of life. Revelation 13:8. This may well compensate us amid the most violent opposition. The beast arising from the earth, Revelation, may represent the persecutions of Papal Rome. And that's where a lot of people think that's who that is. Of Papal Rome as contrasted with those of pagan Rome in the previous verses. This symbol may represent some of those modern devices by which men's hearts are turned from God, such as a new semi-religious schools of thought that strive for the empire of men's control, or the customs of modern trade, Revelation 13:17. Be these as they may, the one outstanding lesson for us all is that the child of God is always in collision with the spirit of his age. Interesting. Okay, well, that's my offering for this morning. You guys go read that yourself and see what you think, but I found that very interesting. Very interesting. That we literally could be looking at both the beast sitting up there right now, trying to take control of Israel and about to share it. And what perfect way for the Antichrist to enter into the world. He enters in, he's already got his two people in place. All he has to do is come in, become the leader, say, here's what I'm going to align you guys to do. And set them up for their next series of tasks, which would be, I don't know, could be. It very well could be. Because we know how Satan works. He's smart. He's not dumb. He knows what he's doing. So yeah. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.